system I'm building this chest of drawers as too much drawers. I'm telling you right now, this is behind the scene. This is what you see behind the scene. You fit in it, you cover, then there's something you're going to take it back off, screw up again. Look at all these holes. All these holes. These are holes that we're trying to get the jaw cover, jaw face line up. So I have to keep on doing lots of holes because I don't mind all these holes because I have to fill them because we are going to paint it in white. It is not going to be varnished. If it was going to be varnished, then all these holes would have never been there. I have to make sure we get it right at first. But you know, just popping some fillers here and all good. Right now, this is behind the scene, all the mix up, twist up. This is how I attach my jaw face because, as I mentioned before, this screw will be coming back out and fill the hole and then pull it. Now, we do it here. So maybe this one is will need leveling. I thought it was leveled, but I don't know. And what I did, I add some excess measurement so that I can just take this off and cut off this. So this is behind the scene. So next day I will fix up all these, make sure it is all frozen properly, and all the holes will be filled. There's something wrong. You do a wrong foot. But the player will say, I don't think I will put anything inside, but just make arrangement just in case. I got my clamps then. That to mark with some longer screws. You know, you don't have to use no screws because I have to, but I just use screws for the record's sake, make it more stronger. But if this was being varnished, I wouldn't be drilling these holes because it's a clay varnish. You will be seeing the filler one finish. So I'm just be using the glue alone. But because it's gonna be painted white, you can just slap on some filler in these holes. Sun, you'll not see these fillers again because the paint is going to come in. Yes, so guys, right now my sun is struggling and this is troubling me. I have a problem. Problem 101. So this over here is the jaw bottom. I realize it is like a 16th half of square. It is not completely square because when I put on this jaw bottom onto this jaw, when I close, it is not closing properly. This side is in and this side is still out, probably by an 8. So when you put on the jaw face, it still hanging over, it is not sitting flush. So I took off the jaw bottom and I pushed in and it's all going in good. So what I'm going to do now is square this completely and hope all is okay. Right, it's stressing me out. I have been for about 3-6-9 hours in about 12 hours on this chest of drawers. These drawers are stressing me out, especially the soft closing. Wow. Right now, sometimes when my sinus is troubling me, I eat something and it relax. So what I just did, I keep this square while the jars are inside. Yeah. And this is a success for me. After so much days, I had to square some of the other jars as well. If you notice, have so much holes. Okay, so there's I already put on my drop bottom back on. I'm gonna close now. Oh, wow, close properly. Yes, so problem you will encounter with these if your area is not properly square. You will have the problem where sometimes you draw this side is closed properly and this side is still protruded out like that. When it is not squared properly, this is what happens. Or if it is not properly level, you also have problem with the jaw closing properly. So now this is what happened here. My plywood was not square. I thought it was square because I know my board, my frame is square, but this piece of ply that I put on was not square. So it, so because it was not square, it my frame here, my jaw box, it take the shape of the plywood, causing it not to close properly. So guys, attaching these jars to make them close like this, it took me about 2 weeks, not exactly like 24 hours a day, but every time I came to home from work, right now, around, I come into my shop around 4 o'clock p.m. and I leave around after 7 p.m. Yeah, so that took me about 2 weeks getting these jars to close properly, because my problem was some point jars, they were not square but inside. It was the inside where the jar is located, it was square, but the my jar wasn't square. So my jar bottom board, my 1/4 inch bottom board, it was not square, so it kind of shift the outer part of the jar. So when I close it was not closing for itself, it was jamming a lot. So what I did, I removed the jar bottom. I removed the jar bottom and I put it, push it in the jar and it closed completely. Good. So what I did after that, after I saw it closed properly, I get some strips of wood and I staple it down to each corner so that the jar squareness will not remove after I take it out. So when I take it out, you go on with this bottom board, 1/4 inch ply below, so you can take it, so you can take the squareness off the frame. I remove these, and then it closes properly. No problem. So you have to make sure the jars are properly square, the inside is square, and it is also level. Yeah, that's a level. Or you will have problem. Another problem I run into, even my interior was square and my draft was square. When I attach my baseboard and I close, it was not closing properly. Because what I realized in the ending, my baseboard, it had a slight ring. It was not properly straight and flat. Like this part will be flat and then it had a little hump here. So when I attach the baseboard and I tighten with the screws, it twists the drawer. So when I close, it was not closing properly. So I had to take it off, put it on my planer. Oh, so much trouble. Thank God I got you. Yeah. Yeah, so if you notice here, I already give it the final paint, but look at these. Yeah, so that is why he told me I should have give it an 80 grade sanding, remove all these lines in the plywood. Yeah, because this is my first time really with the paint, and I thought the paint would have covered these stuff. So I don't like it. I don't like what I'm seeing here. So, and if I don't like it, the client won't like it as well. It's first time I'm really trying these hardener on it.